Elden Ring is closing in on 2 years of release in February next year, which is absolutely mind-boggling. And in that time I've played hundreds upon hundreds of hours of Elden Ring, not to mention making almost 100 videos on Elden Ring's lore alone, which will be in a playlist that you can all go and see. A semi-negative from that though is Elden Ring has started to become a bit stale for me. I had not properly started to enjoy Elden Ring combat-wise for a really long time. Of course, I still absolutely loved the lore, considering I always try and make a video every single week, and I love making the videos, everything to do with them, including playing Elden Ring to get the lore. But sometimes I didn't really feel much enjoyment actually playing the game. So subconsciously, I decided that this needed to change. I booted up my level 1 from a long time ago, and I played it, and I fell back in love with a game that I loved dearly. Why did this happen? Why did I find the game so much fun after so long? Why, Gecko, did you fall back in love with Elden Ring? Why did you find it fun again after playing at what seems to be just a more torturous, difficult version of an already difficult game? By the end of this video, you will fully understand those reasons, and hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll decide, you know what? I'm going to go try out level 1 and I'm going to see this absolutely incredible side of an already incredible game. Before getting to those answers though, I would just like to say something. Over the last few weeks I have been very lacklustre in responding to people. I know a lot of people have contacted me on Discord and in comments, and for that I am terribly sorry for all the late responses. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, the one before last, my great aunt was in critical condition and on Monday she passed away. It's been really hard, but I really wanted to come and make one of these videos because making videos is genuinely one of my biggest passions in the whole damn world. I love every part of it. I love making the thumbnail, I love editing, I love finding the music to put in the back, I love responding to the comments, I love talking to you all, I love recording the videos, I love everything. Genuinely love doing this, so I'm making this video now, but if I sound a bit iffed throughout the video, I hope you all can forgive me. But onto a more lighter note, the depressing part is over. I just wanted to let you all know that because I love making these videos, but I also really quite like talking to you all. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, enough of me rambling on in nonsensical ramble tone. I hope you do all enjoy the video. One of the main questions is, what makes From Software's games so special? I think for me, the main things are, 1, the story, but also the combat and how the combat is made. Now, most games nowadays have boring AIs that respond dully and don't have much life to them. But From Software takes that idea that has been created by dozens upon dozens of studios and instead bends it over and smacks its arsehole. From Software does something that is completely unique and special that has only been done a dozen, countless, a handful of times, whatever word you want to describe. From Software is one of the greats in this aspect. From Software fills up their games full of life, like I did your mother last night. But that is another topic for another video. This life that they put inside of their games into worlds that are so filled with corruption and decay, this shows the true passion that From Software has for their games. But eventually we familiarise ourselves with these features and they become normal to us, and personally I find myself enjoying it less and less. Not because it's by any stretch of the mean bad, just because I've played it so much, I'm used to it. This happens for basically every other game I play, but it happens really slowly with From Software's games because they are genuinely so special and so much care is put into them. But there's a way to work around this familiarisation. There's a way to beat it. There's a way to experience your first Souls game, the first experience once more. I know that sounds ludicrous, but stick with me. I'm sure we all have that one memory where From Software's games first clicked. I know I do. Bloodborne was that for me. I'd played Dark Souls 1 first, but then Bloodborne hit and I was just like, oh my god. And I fell in love with this franchise almost 5 years ago. What if you could experience that again? Well, you can. This exists in the term known as SL1, BL4, RL1. All these things are level 1. They are the base level. They are where the game is hardest. Of course, yes, there's things you can do to make it easier, but the level at this, the fact that your health is so low, your weapons do such less damage, adds a difficulty level. People say that there's no difficulty level inside of From Software's games, and that's just blatantly false. The only fact is, it's a lot different than what we're all used to. The difficulty level comes in the weapons you use, how you play the game, and your level. And being at the base level makes the games incredibly hard. It took me 150 hours to beat my first playthrough of Dark Souls 3 at SL1. SL1 stands for Soul Level 1. That includes beating every single boss, every single DLC boss, everything. I then proceeded to spend another 50 hours going through it again, getting to Soul of Cinder. It makes bosses that are normally easy incredibly hard, and it adds another layer to amazing combat that exists within From Software's games. Why am I telling you this? Because I want to explain to you all that I'm not pulling this out my arse. I'm not making this up. I'm not just saying things that I might not know. I do understand these games and I understand how level 1 affects them. I've put almost 30 hours as well into Elden Ring's RL1. I'm at Morgoth's. I have done all this and I've truly fell back in love with this game. And not just this game. Every single time I play a level 1 for any of From Software's games, I fall back in love with it. There's a reason I find Dark Souls 3 is one of my favourite From Software games. It's because of that playthrough, because the thing is, you've got to understand, at level 1 you spend so much more time on things that it makes you take a step back and go, I never realised how amazing this area was. I never realised how amazing this boss was. I never realised how amazing this was. And it gives you time to fully comprehend the depths and levels of the intricacy that was put into these games. And you fall in love with it all over again. Not to mention because of how hard it is. It's like you're playing it again for the first time. I stumbled around multiple times like a bloody person who's never played the games before. And it's truly amazing. That might be some masochistic shit, but it was good. And I will get more into it. But as a basis, that is the core element of what makes it so good. But there is so much more to it than just that. If you want a prime example of what I'm talking about, take Morgoth the Fellowman King. He is probably, at level 1, one of the hardest bosses that I've faced in From Software. I'm close to beating him, but genuinely, he's rock solid. I've been stuck on him for about a week and a half, and that's the only kind of stuff you get on your first playthrough and at level 1. You have this sense of accomplishment once you finally do that, which sort of becomes null after your first playthrough, because you're like, I've already done this before. It's not that hard, and then you beat it because you already know the moves. But you can't just power through it this time. You can't just go, oh, I'm just going to get lucky and dodge this attack. A single mistake can lead to your death. Most attacks, the special attacks, you're dead. Poke you, you're dead. So on and so on. There are little things you can do, like little talismans, but you're left with a slither of health, which you can heal. But then because of how From Software's designed these bosses to make them so, if they see you healing, they're going to go, right, I'm going to up the ante and I'm going to attack you more. It's so cleverly designed, and although level 1 is amazing in other From Software games, with how the bosses are described and developed inside of Elden Ring, it adds an even more bigger layer to the world of level 1, which is something I didn't think I'd be able to say. But here I am, and I'm bloody saying it. I genuinely can't play any of From Software's games at any other level and truly enjoy it like I do at level 1. If I want to play DS3, if I want to play DS1, if I want to play Bloodborne, if I want to play Elden Ring and truly enjoy it, I'll play it at base level, because It adds so much to the experience, and it is genuinely so fun. Maybe I'm a masochist, who knows? I guess we'll never know unless I get some psychological testing for it, or someone does a psychoanalysis on me, which, go ahead, because you'll probably end up loving SL1s too by doing it. There's also the fact that you might be thinking, you've put 30 hours into Elden Ring, you haven't fully beaten it yet at level 1. And I completely get that point of view, but respectfully, I think that point is a bit null, because regardless if there's a few bad bosses at the end, the experience thus far and the experience all throughout Elden Ring inside its level 1 is absolutely incredible. Even if there is one bad boss, that won't change that fact. That is why I wanted to make this video, because SL1s, RL1s, BL4s, they're all so special to me. And I might have 30 hours on Elden Ring, but combined with all the other games on the level 1s, I probably have going upwards of 300 hours. So I do have experience in this topic, and regardless of what might come after Morgott, it doesn't change the good and amazing parts that made Elden Ring fun for me. And it truly saved Elden Ring for me, as I was starting, in all honesty, to get a little bored of the combat, not because it was bad in any sense of the mean, but as I said earlier, I got used to it, and I wanted to play it less and less. I wasn't choosing, other than to look for lore, to play the game, but that's changed. I found a renewed love for Elden Ring, and I will be playing this for a long time. If you want to see me stream my RL1, which is the rune level 1, which is Elden Ring's level 1, please let me know, and it can be done, because I love it when I stream, but I don't know what you all want to see, because I know the channel mainly focuses around lore, but I also really enjoy streaming, so just an idea, but that's out in the air now. Let me know what you think. So everyone, that is the end of the video. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel, and it lets me know you like this type of content. Also, let me know what you think. I really enjoy making this type of content where I talk about From Software's games, more in depth about how they play and my experiences and what makes them so great, instead of just the lore. But as this channel is more lore orientated, if you want me to just stick with lore, then let me know that as well. Just let me know your thoughts, and I will try and improve for the next one. Anyway, without keeping you any longer, I hope you all do have an absolutely spectacular day and night. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. May you find your worth in the waking world. Goodbye everyone.